Good morning, class. Students, today we'll start with a subject that is business studies, and this is actually your chapter number 3. And this business studies, the subject is actually related for class 11. So in this chapter, we will study about private, public and global enterprise. See, private, public and global enterprise. From this chapter, the name of this chapter, the private sector is already being covered by you in chapter number 2. Okay? So in private, you have studied about different forms of business organization. So basically, in this topic or in this chapter, we will cover only public and global enterprise. Okay. So before starting with this topic, I would like to know whether you are aware of any other concept or any other sector besides your private sector. Because earlier you must have studied about the different types of private sector. So now I want to know different types of private sector you have studied. Now I want to know, besides this private sector, are you aware of any other type of sector? Okay, private sector, I hope you are able to recall it. What exactly is private sector? I'm just giving you a small hint. Private sectors are those sectors which are owned and controlled by private individuals. And for this, some of the examples are like private individuals, like some of the sectors are, some of the type of private sectors are your sole proprietorship. Second one, it is partnership and many more. Okay, so I hope now you are able to recall it. So I just want to know, besides this private sector, is there any other type of sector is working in India? Okay, so I hope now you are able to recall it. And yes, the answer is yes. The other type of sector which is working is your public sector, right? It is your public sector enterprise. Okay, so now what exactly is public sector? Let's have a small review of it. Public sector. As private sector was a sector which are owned and controlled by the private individuals, in the same manner, this public sectors are those sectors which are, okay, so public sector enterprise are those sectors which are owned and controlled by the government or by its representatives. Okay, so when we are talking about government, the government can be central government or it can be your state government. Okay, so this was a brief introduction about the public sector. So now we will start the next concept, that is, so now we will study or know about the different types or forms of your public sector. So basically it can be classified into 3 different forms. First one is departmental undertaking. Second one, it is public corporation or statutory corporation. And third one, it is government companies. So in this video, we will only cover or we will only discuss about departmental undertaking. Means in this we will only discuss about the merits and features of your departmental undertaking. Okay. Okay. So departmental undertaking. So let us understand what exactly is departmental undertaking. See, departmental undertaking. This word is actually comprises of two words, that is department and undertaking. Department means the concerned department, and undertaking basically means when the responsibility or all the responsibility is being led by the concerned minister. Okay. So as per the name is suggesting, departmental undertaking means in this form of public sector, there is one minister and that concerned minister is responsible for all the workings and responsibilities of his own department. Like suppose a picture or an image is in front of you, and this image, can you recognize it? This image is one of the department of your government, that is your railway department, and this railway department is led by this individual whose name is, can you identify him? Yes, he is Honorable. So can you identify this picture? And this picture is of our Honorable Railway Minister and his name is Piyush Goyal. Okay. So basically, for any happening or for any working of this railway department, this concerned minister, that is Mr. Piyush Goyal, he is actually responsible for all the activities. Means responsible basically means this individual is actually accountable. Okay, accountable or responsibility is the same thing. So if there is any kind of mishappening, he has to answer. If in this railway department is in need of any kind of financial support, then also this individual is responsible for maintaining or making of the budget. So now I hope you have understood about a departmental undertaking. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear in your mind. So now move on to the further. Now next we will move on to the features of departmental undertaking. So basically in this we will discuss about different features of departmental undertaking. Okay, so as you can see here, the first feature is part of government, no separate entity. Means this departmental undertaking, it is a part of government only. It is a part of government itself. So there is no separate legal entity. Clear? It is only recognized by the name of concerned minister. Clear? इसकी अपनी कोई पहचान नहीं होती है, इसको अलग से कोई हम क्रिएट नहीं करते हैं, इसका डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन इसके मिनिस्टर के साथ होता है. ठीक है, जैसे अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था अबाउट द रेलवे डिपार्टमेंट, एंड दैट रेलवे डिपार्टमेंट इज एक्चुअली हेडेड एंड नोन बाय द कंसर्न मिनिस्टर इटसेल्फ. ओके, नाउ द सेकंड फीचर इज दिस डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग is in the control of the one minister. Obviously, when in the government, when the departments are being allotted, so according to that department, the government also assign or appoints a particular concerned minister. So that concerned minister is now having or is actually responsible to control and manage his own departments. Okay. Now moving further, the third feature is your accountable concerned minister. As I told you just now only, that the concerned minister, whosoever is leading with his concerned department, that individual or that minister is actually held responsible or accountable. ठीक है, responsible and accountable किस चीज के लिए? Like if anything is going perfect, in that case also he has to give the reason कि कैसे चल रहा है, कैसे नहीं चल रहा है, and if suppose there is any kind of mishappening, so in that case also he has to give all the information regarding the mishappening also. So in short, we can sum up that the concerned minister is actually responsible or accountable for the working of his department. Clear? So moving further for the next features. So the next features are revenue deposited in government treasury. Whatever the revenue is being generated, that is actually deposited in government treasury. इसमें इंडिविजुअल जो है वो गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजरी में सारे पैसे को, सारे revenues whatever is being collected, that is deposited in the government treasury itself. Like for example, in the starting we have taken the example of railway department. ठीक है, so that railway department means whatever the collection of revenue is made or done by this railway department, that revenue will be deposited in the government treasury, right? Okay. Now the next feature is staffs are civil servant. Okay. So whatever the staff are being selected here, they are actually the civil servants. Means those individuals are elected by the rules and regulations which are made by the government itself. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट ने जो रूल्स रेगुलेशन या प्रोसेस बना रखे हैं उसी के तहत ही आपके स्टाफ मेंबर्स सेलेक्ट होते हैं. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट वन, finance from the annual budget. Okay, now working we have discussed. Now we will discuss that what about their financial resources, how they are managing their financial problem. So these financial problems are actually managed from the annual budget. ठीक है, the concerned minister is making the budget. ठीक है, and out of that budget the minister is also giving or making or sanctioning the particular amount for his department, also for the smooth functioning of the concerned department. Okay, so these were the features related to the departmental undertaking. So I hope everything is clear and now you are not facing any problem. Now moving further, we will discuss about the merits of departmental undertaking. Merits means what are the positive features or what are the positive advantage of departmental undertaking. So first one is easy formation. Very easy, because in the starting we have studied in this type of departmental undertaking, no registration or no. Yes, so departmental undertaking are easy for forming. Why? Because in this departmental undertaking, no registration is actually required. Okay, no registration is not required. And why it is so? Because generally it is considered to be the part of a government. Registration की जरूरत क्यों नहीं पड़ती? Because it is considered to be a part of government itself. Now the next one is effective control. Okay, the working or the control of this departmental undertaking is very effective. Why it is so? Because it is actually controlled by the minister. Okay, by the minister it is actually being controlled. So it is having a direct control by the minister. So each and every activity is led by the minister itself, and moreover all the working is actually centralized. ठीक है. Centralized basically means when the powers to take decision is in hand of a single individual, and here that single individual is the minister. Okay. Okay, now the third point of merit is optimum utilization of funds. ठीक है. So in this, whatever the resources or whatever the revenue is being generated, everything is subjected to ministerial sanction. Everything is subjected to ministerial sanction. Ministerial sanction का मतलब क्या होता है? Like जो भी आपको डिसीजन लेना है रिगार्डिंग योर फाइनेंशियल बजट, रिगार्डिंग योर फाइनेंस, रिगार्डिंग एनीथिंग, दैट डिसीजन इज टू बी टेकन बाय द मिनिस्टर. इफ द मिनिस्टर अप्रूव्स द बजट, इफ द मिनिस्टर अप्रूव्स योर डिसीजन, इफ द मिनिस्टर अप्रूव्स द कंडीशन or whatever you want to make change, so if it has been approved by the minister, then only it is actually work it out, then only it is actually followed. Okay. Okay, so moving further on the merits of departmental undertaking, now the fourth point is accountability, right? The fourth point is accountability. So accountability means what? I have told you earlier also, accountability means when any individual is responsible. Okay. So here also in this departmental undertaking, the concerned minister, whatsoever the department is working, that minister, that concerned minister is actually responsible for the public to give the answer. ठीक है. Means if everything is going perfectly fine, then in that case no problem is there. But suppose any mishappening occurs, so in that case that minister is responsible for giving the explanation or the reason to the individuals or the general public. Like suppose I'm giving you a very small example, like in railway department. ठीक है. Like suppose any mishappening is there, like the train is met with any kind of accident, or if suppose due to this coronavirus, if the certain things has to be changed, the certain policies has to be changed, and that policies or that mishappening that has to be communicated by the concerned minister to the general public, so that the public can get aware or get information about the working or the reason behind of mishappening. Okay? So that is actually your accountability. Now the next merit is public revenue. Public revenue means whatever the amount of whatever the revenue is being generated, that revenue is not kept by the minister, that revenue is not kept by the concerned department. Rather, they deposit that revenue in the government treasury. Okay? So by doing so, what they are doing? By doing so, they are helping the government in increasing the revenue. Like for example, in railway department, whatever the revenue is being generated, that revenue is not kept by the concerned minister or by the railway department. Rather, they are submitting that revenue to the government treasury, which ultimately helps in generating the revenue for the public by the government. Okay. Now the next topic is secrecy. Yes, secrecy means keeping your information secret. Okay? So in secrecy, in this departmental undertaking follows high level security. Okay? High level security is actually followed here. Why it is so? Because these departments are made or concerned or lead by the concerned minister. So in order to take care, in order to keep the performance or activity secret from the general public, they are maintaining your high secrecy. Like for example, I'm giving you the example of defense. Okay? So in defense, not each and every activity, not each and every policy is actually discussed by the concerned defense minister. So that is why in department undertaking, your secrecy can be easily maintained. Okay, so these were the merits which I have discussed. Now we will move on to the merits. अगर डिस्कस किए तो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक क्या होगा? We will discuss about your, yes, demerits. Okay. Okay, class. So now we will discuss about certain demerits which are available or prevailing in your departmental undertaking. So the first demerit is inflexibility. Inflexibility means what? When you are not able to work as per your choice. Means inflexibility also means when you have to follow strict rules and regulation. Okay? So in departmental undertaking as well, the environment of working is inflexible. Inflexible means what? Whatever the rules, whatever the procedure is being laid, the organization or the employee or that working staff has to follow the exact rules, regulation. Okay? No if and no but is actually followed. And moreover, the working of this departmental undertaking is under the observation of parliamentary control. ठीक है, तो जो भी ये वर्क करते हैं उन सब का वर्किंग डिटेल या वर्किंग रिकॉर्ड आपके पार्लियामेंट के पास जाता है. तो इस वजह से भी आपको हर हाल में जो रूल्स रेगुलेशन बनाए गए हैं उसको फॉलो करना बनता है. ओके, now the next point is demerit, that is lack of motivation. Yes, obviously when the environment is not supporting you, when you have to follow the rules and regulation which is already laid by the minister, which is already made by the minister or laid by the parliamentary, so in that case there is lack of motivation. किसके अंदर? In the employees. ठीक है, so basically the employees follow negative, they feel negative and they also know basically in government or departmental undertaking the promotions are actually on the basis of your seniorities. Okay, it is basis on your seniority. Seniority means what? Like suppose two individuals are there, like Mr. A and Mr. B. And this Mr. A is working in that department for last 10 years. Okay, and this Mr. B has joined the organization or the departmental undertaking for more about 5 years. Okay, as compared to them, Mr. A is senior, but he is Mr. A, he is lacking motivation. Okay, he is lacking sincerity. Okay, and is also lacking the innovation. Okay, but as compared to A, B is far better because he is new individual, he is creative, he is innovative, okay, and he is also sincere towards his work. But in that case, when it comes to the promotion, when it comes to their promotion, so obviously Mr. A will be promoted because as compared to B, Mr. A is more senior to Mr. B. So due to this problem, basically the employees get frustrated. Okay, they also feel like they are cheated. So in that case, they lack motivation and obviously the focus for their working also reduces. Okay, moving further, the next points are lack of financial autonomy. Financial autonomy. The word autonomy. Do you know what is the meaning of the word autonomy? Autonomy basically means freedom. Okay, autonomy means freedom. So lack of financial autonomy means in this departmental undertaking they are facing a problem of financial freedom. Obviously, because whatever the resources, whatever the revenue is being generated, that revenue is to be kept or transferred to the government treasury. Okay? जो भी पैसा ये कलेक्ट करते हैं या जो भी रेवेन्यू जनरेट होती है वो अपने आप से अपने डिपार्टमेंट के लिए यूज नहीं कर सकते। तो उस केस में जो भी रेवेन्यू जनरेट होता है गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजर में जाता है। तो इस केस में अगर उनकी डिपार्टमेंट को, इफ लाइक द डिपार्टमेंट फील्स एनी काइंड ऑफ इनोवेशन, इफ द डिपार्टमेंट फील्स to manage the financial resources in a positive manner, so all that decision they have to ask for the concerned minister. So in that case they are not having any power, they are not having any financial autonomy to use the revenue in a positive manner. Okay, now the next is inefficient management. ठीक है, so yes, the management or the working staff is actually inefficient. Why it is so? Because generally these departments are managed by the government officials. ठीक है, they are managed by the government officials, and generally these officials are always overburdened. They are what? They are always overburdened, and due to this, why they are overburdened? सीधी सी बात है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो जनरली दे आर ओवरबर्डन बाय द पेपर वर्क, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट में पेपर वर्क बहुत ज्यादा होता है। तो इन द मैक्सिमम टाइम ड्यूरेशन दीज गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स आर इंगेज इन परफॉर्मिंग और फुलफिलिंग दिस पेपर एक्टिविटी। तो जनरली देयर टाइम, दे आर कंज्यूमिंग मोर टाइम इन पेपर वर्क इंस्टेड ऑफ consuming or coming up with the new ideas. Okay, next one is red tapeism and bureaucracy. So basically what is red tapeism and bureaucracy? Okay, so red tapeism and bureaucracy means, it means large paperwork. ठीक है, generally in this departmental undertaking there is more paperwork, as we have discussed in inefficient management also. And this, why this so much paperwork is there? Because there is government or administrative interference. Okay, they all interference time to time, and due to their interference there is also delay in decision. Whatever the decision or whatever the files has to be passed, that is actually delayed. ठीक है, so basically when we are talking about departmental undertaking, this red tapeism and bureaucracy is a most important drawback. ठीक है, due to this actually the most important decision which has to be taken, it actually suffers. Okay class, so now I hope each and every demerits is clear to you. So now moving further, so here are some questions for you. After completing all the meaning, after demerits, features, now here are some questions. I hope you are able to solve it. The first question is, can you define the departmental undertaking? ठीक है, the first question is for you, can you define departmental undertaking? Second one is, why these department means departmental undertaking, are accountable to the public, why they are accountable? And the third one is, can you suggest any other examples besides your railway department? Okay, so think about it and then try to give the answer. Okay, so moving towards the questions it is on the screen. Now we will discuss about the answers. So now can you define departmental undertaking? So very simple, departmental undertaking is a part of government. ठीक है, government means central government, it can be central government or it can be your state government. ठीक है, and because it is a part of this government only, so here there is no registration is required. Okay, okay, now come on to the next question. Why these departmental undertakings are accountable to the public? क्यों accountable होते हैं? तो basically they are accountable to the public because as they are leaded by the concerned minister, so that concerned minister is now accountable for giving all the working whatever the working is there, whatever the planning is there, whatever the rules and regulations are there to the public, so that the public can also have a review, or can have the can also, so concerned ministers are actually accountable. Accountable basically means answerable. Okay, the ministers are actually answerable to the general public. And why they are answerable? Because these concerned ministers or these departments are actually using the resources. When we are talking about resources, we are talking about the financial resources, that is actually your revenue. Okay, so these revenue is being generated by the government, and these revenues are a part of the public itself. So in order to give, or in order to manage the resources of the revenue, the government is giving all the information so that the public can understand the working, as well as the public can also understand whether the revenue is being generated, it is used in public interest. Okay, now come up with the third question, that is, suggest any other examples besides of departmental undertaking besides your railway department. So besides railway department, you have to give two other examples. So we can give the examples of your defense. Okay, defense department is there, and second one, it is postal and service, sorry, postal service and telecommunication. Okay, so these are the examples besides your railway department. Okay, so I hope the answer to these questions are clear to you. So now moving further, now we are having a particular case study for you. So students, this is a case study in front of you. Okay? So read the case study and read the question. First you read the question. Okay? First read the question, and after reading the question, read the case study. Okay? So let's start with this. The question number 1 says, the type of public sector, name the type of public sector enterprise railway is concerned as. So this question is a direct approach. ठीक है, direct question है, तो हम आराम से बता सकते हैं कि which type of public sector is your railway concerned. ठीक है, तो किस type का है, तो it is a direct, तो answer will be easy है, you have to write it itself. Okay, second type of question is, what is the status of employees working in railway? ठीक है, this question is also a direct question. You have to tell the status of the employee. Come on to the third question. How does it get its finance? It basically refers to the railway department. So how railway department get its finance? And the last question is, what does it do with its revenue? It means railway department. So what does railway department do with its revenue? So very simple, these are the questions which I have read it out. Now after reading this question, we will go, or we will read the case study once. Okay. So the case study is, Indian Railway is a part of Railway Ministry. Okay. It is organized, financed and controlled by Railway Ministry. The finance are allocated from government treasures, and whatever revenue is earned is deposited to government treasures only. It is treated as a part of government, and even the appointment, recruitment and selection of the employees is done in the same way as that of civil servant. ठीक है, case study भी हमने पढ़ ली. अब I hope now you can find out the answer. The question A answer will be, the type of public sector enterprise railway is concerned as. So it is a direct question. It is concerned with the, yes, departmental undertaking. ये तो direct answer था, लेकिन From the case study, you can also find out it is Railway Ministry. Indian Railway is a part of Railway Ministry, and obviously this Railway Ministry is managing all the activities. So basically, this departmental undertaking is the only department which is concerned with the or managed with the concerned minister. ओके, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन था, या तो अपने मन से भी लिख सकते थे इसका आंसर डायरेक्टली, या फिर केस स्टडी में भी इसका हिंट दे रखा था. Now the second question, what is the status of employees working in railway? जो आपके डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग में या रेलवे डिपार्टमेंट में इंडिविजुअल्स वर्क कर रहे हैं उनका स्टेटस क्या है? What they will be known as? What is the status? Simple, they are known as your civil servants. Okay, they are known as, or the status will be your civil servant. This question is also very direct question, but still you can find out the answer from here also. Okay. Now the third question is, how does it get its finance? जो रेलवे डिपार्टमेंट है उनको अपना फाइनेंस कहाँ से मिलता है? ठीक है, तो रीड द केस स्टडी. कहाँ से मिलता है? द फाइनेंस आर एलोकेटेड फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजरी. कहाँ से मिलता है? फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजरी. ओके. Now the next question is, what does it do with its revenue? ये लोग अपने revenue के साथ क्या करते हैं? Basically there are many other ways or there are many other activities which are actually done by the government by the revenues which is actually generated. तो generally कई सारी एक्टिविटीज हैं, लेकिन आपको इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर इस केस स्टडी में ही देखकर देना है. तो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दे डू विद देयर रेवेन्यूज? दे व्हाट दे डू? दे डिपॉजिट इट इनटू अ गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजर. क्या करते हैं? दे डिपॉजिट इन अ गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजर. गवर्नमेंट ट्रेजर में क्या करते हैं? डिपॉजिट करते हैं. ठीक है, so I hope so this case study and how to solve the case study is actually clear to you. Okay, so this was the complete part of your first topic, that is departmental undertaking. Thank you.